Hey everybody, Anik here. Today's webcast is about manifesting with purpose, on purpose. So I get this question a lot and I wanted to start off right off the bat. The truth is that you are already manifesting. What we really want to achieve and what I really focus on when I support people with manifesting is manifesting on purpose instead of by default. So let me just give you some background information as to what I mean by that. Hey, Michelle, thanks for dialing in. So essentially, when you're manifesting currently with your 5% conscious awareness and your 95% subconscious awareness. And what that means essentially is when you're manifesting by default, you're manifesting based on the subconscious programs that are running in the background. Now, when your conscious desires and your subconscious programs are friends and they align, rock on, good shit happens to you. But what you consciously desire and when your subconscious programs are out of alignment with each other, that's when things are really difficult. You have a lot of obstacles in creating and manifesting your desires. You'll self-sabotage, you'll have fears around actually achieving your goals, and your obstacles can be whether they're thoughts, feelings, physical obstacles, or inability to access what it is that you're trying to create for yourself. So what I teach often in my manifesting coaching is the difference between passive versus active manifesting. And so passive manifesting is kind of putting it out there and having the intention, and active manifesting is setting the intention and then making a decision to make that your reality. So there's a number of steps that I actually go through. I have a whole 6-week Eve program that walks you step by step from getting from intention to decision to inspired action. So there's a little bit more to it than just that, but I wanted to give you the gist of it to support you during this 21-day awareness challenge that we're doing. So this week, it's all about manifesting, and it's all about being aware of what you're currently creating and what you're not creating, what you're attracting and what you're not attracting. In order for you to move forward in the life that is designed by and for you, and a life that is by design, first you have to acknowledge what's already coming to you easily and what is showing up that you might want to let go of in your life. So let me just talk a little bit about one of the things that I want to mention is free will. So whether you like it or not, everything that you're creating is your creation. And the truth is nobody asks for illness or disease or loss or any of those things. So don't get me wrong. That's not what I'm saying here. Your ultimate creation power lives in how you want to think, feel, and experience whatever it is that shows up in your life. So there's that other aspect of it that you want to keep in mind. Now, when you're manifesting, something that's really important for you to remember is that you cannot manifest for another person, and you cannot manifest somebody else to do something. So if you want to create a happy, loving relationship, for example, well, you can't change your husband, but you can change the vibe that you put out, and they might respond back to with what you need. In a lot of the case, when I work with people, their relationships with their loved ones, with their children, with their parents changes very dramatically in the positive way, in the way of the direction. I can't tell you how many times I've gotten the email of, what did you do to my husband? Or what did you do to my mother? She's like not the same person anymore. And the truth is we didn't do anything to the other people, is we worked on the vibration that you're putting out there subconsciously, without even being aware of. And those people are responding back to you in a different way because you've changed the stage for that relationship to occur. So often one of the other things that comes up is, well, why do people create suffering if we all manifest our realities? And that in itself is a huge conversation. But this is what I want to share with you just today in this short webcast is, even before you're born, we have these social and genetic programs that live within us that teach suffering or wisdom through suffering. For example, when you're a baby, you learned when you're hungry through discomfort. You learn, for example, when you're young, and I use this example a lot because we've all done it. Your mom tells you, don't touch the stove, you're going to burn yourself, it's hot. And you do it anyway, because, you know, we all do. Come on, let's get real here. So you touch the stove, and how your subconscious stores and associates information is it remembers the burn and the pain of the burn, and it associates it with the gaining of the wisdom. So it knows that through pain, and through that specific type of pain, it's gained the wisdom that when the stove is hot, it burns. So chances are you're not going to have to repeat that particular experience. So you probably don't burn yourself on the stove very much. But once you've acquired that wisdom, it allows you to, your subconscious doesn't recognize a positive and or a negative tool. So for example, let's say you were bullied while you were growing up. And you've overcome that experience of being bullied. And so what's happened a lot of the times, and I'm just using a generic example here, so that might not apply to your specific scenario, but what I've seen a lot is the association of that challenge, of that being bullied, of that being tormented, that becomes a tool to help the person gain confidence, stand up for themselves, speak up for themselves, become stronger emotionally, mentally, recognizing what's important, what's not important, recognizing who they want in their lives and who they don't want in their lives. So that torment, that abuse, that bullying has become essentially a tool for wisdom. Now, that being said, even through our society, when we look at all of the different things that we support each other as, there's a lot of even beliefs that we share that is really based on the concept that, you know, everything that's worthwhile is hard to come by, or, you know, the most difficult lessons gain the best wisdom. And when you think about those types of beliefs, then when you look at the types of things that we manifest or create for ourselves, then it's no surprise to think or to say that our subconscious is allowing or using that same base of perspective to gain the best type of wisdom. Now, the truth is that you can learn, grow, and expand who you are without difficulty, without needing challenges, without needing contrast. But we use contrast, we use those difficult experiences because those are really easy for us to identify and to learn, grow, and expand from. But it's not the only road to Rome, so to speak. So the next thing that I wanted to talk about, so there's the whole other aspect, and I really could go on, but I just want you to keep that in mind when something, or if you have a theme in your life where you seem to always be having this particular challenge, I want you to ask yourself, you know, like, what is that challenge helping you to develop? And you can even use the muscle testing, if you like, from the muscle testing tutorial that I have on my Vimeo channel to see if you're utilizing that tool to help you gain that experience, and ask your body to see if that's true. Now, you're not doing this consciously. I want to be very, very clear about that is, and this is the part that's really, I really want to make sure that I'm clear, is that if what you knew represented the things that you said, the things that you felt, and the reactions and the behaviors that you did, then we wouldn't be having this conversation at all. The truth is we know better, but then we don't do, or we don't feel the feelings that go along with what we know to be true. And that is a really perfect textbook indicator of when your conscious desires and your subconscious patterns are out of alignment with each other. So I just want to be super crystal clear about, it's not that you don't know this consciously. There's probably nothing here that I'm telling you that you don't know. It's whether or not your subconscious is on board with that same belief structure, and that's what's going to help you to identify whether or not there's a misalignment there that's creating some issues for you, or where it's in alignment and allows you to create very easily and effortlessly. One thing that I do want to kind of point out, because there are certain very key experiences in your life that you might have that you will feel that you don't have access to. But this is where your power lives and lies, is you will always have control, no matter what, over your thoughts, your feelings, and your behaviors. That's pretty much what you get. So when you think about free will, those are your ingredients of your free will. You get to control your thoughts, you get to control your feelings, and you get to control your actions, your behaviors. So what I'd like for you to explore this week is look at and review, what are you manifesting? Look at what you want to create more of, and look at what you want to create less of. And by doing that, it'll help you to identify where you're in alignment with your subconscious belief structure, because you're creating that really easily and effortlessly. And what you're not creating for yourself is where your conscious desire and your subconscious programs are out of alignment. And sometimes what happens when we sit back and we look at what we're actually manifesting, we own those creations, then even through that awareness, we can be or create a catalyst for change for our manifestations. So I encourage you to even just look at that. It's like, what do I want my life to look like? And what does it look like now? And what doesn't fit? And then ask yourself, so what's stopping me from changing that reality? So I know it's a really, really big topic. There's a lot of different facets for it. There's a lot of different laws. Most of you have probably heard or are familiar with the law of attraction. In the Manifesting Abundance Masterclass, I talk about a number of different laws that actually come in play. So when it comes to manifesting, yes, what you put out there, like does attract like, but there is a lot of different things and a lot of different laws of attraction or laws of the universe that come into place when you want to manifest on purpose. And that's really the key. All of us are manifesting. We all are. Whether you like what shows up or not, that's where the key is. That's where the trick lives. So if you'd like some support on how to shift your manifesting from passive to active, if that's where you're finding really challenged, then I encourage you to check out my Manifesting Abundance virtual masterclass at masteringascension.com, or feel free to join the conversation in here in the Dream Life Mastermind group. Thanks for joining me today, and I hope you're having a great one. Bye for now.